First half, we pretty much executed our game plan the way we wanted to. We defended them pretty well, only gave up 23 points. Contested the three pretty well. They still made, I think, 5 or 6 of them, I think 5 threes, which we would have preferred it be at 1 or 2 less. But offensively, I thought we played pretty good. Manu came in off the bench and did a good job. We actually, I think, had a fairly high-scoring half for us, scoring 31 points. What you want to do in the second half then is actually score more than that. You're in a good rhythm, you're in a good place, you're shooting the ball okay. But shooting's been our problem. We haven't been able to make shots. Our field goal percentage is not good, especially in the second half and in the overtime. So it's not that we didn't get shots. I think in the overtime we were like 1 for 11. So in 5 minutes we got 11 shots. But when we hurry, we don't have an experienced offensive player that we can just go to for a basket. And it requires a great team effort then. And we just, we're in need of executing just a little bit longer and a little bit better in those end-of-game situations. But as Ryan said, I think Eddie, we defended him well on a couple of those shots. The one three-pointer he hit from the corner that the referees had to go and see if it was a three, I mean, that was one heck of a shot. He stepped back, he lost his dribble, and just elevated and made it. So he's got himself off to a great senior year, and he deserves the credit for the win.
Coach, can you talk about Manu? You started him in the season, in the beginning of the season, he was your starting point guard. I guess as a demotion, he's coming off the bench now. How do you see him developing?
Well, I don't consider that a demotion. What happened is our man-to-man defense was not as good as it needed to be, and we had to switch to a zone, and Davon Reed is a little bit bigger in the zone. So we went with Davon at the point just to give us a little better chance of defending people. And, quite frankly, that's worked. Today we could have easily won the game. Easily may not be the right word to use, but we could have won it. We just played a little better offense. But Manu, I think the last 2 times out, has played very well.
How's he accepted that, and how is he progressing?
He's a great kid, and he's working really hard. And you saw him in the first half. He came in. I thought he ignited us. Very good at distributing the ball. Second half, we weren't able to get him going. Played him a long time in the second half, and then I went back to Davon Reed late.
How frustrating is this loss, just knowing a couple of free throws? I mean, Garius is one of your most experienced players, and
Yeah, the one thing I know is all these guys are trying very hard. They're trying to do the right thing, but it doesn't always work out the way you want it to. You play golf?
No.
No? Anybody here play golf? Mm-hmm. When you're having a good day making putts, you feel like you're a good golfer. If you miss a 6-foot putt or a 10-foot putt, and you think, oh man, I should have made that. Right? That's the way basketball players feel when they miss a free throw or a wide open three. The guy who probably deserves the most credit in the overtime is Van Zegeren. That block he had on Ryan Brown's layup, that was one heck of a defensive effort, because we had the basket. Ryan was right at the rim. He came from way behind to block the shot, and it gave them the possession they needed to pull in front.
You talk about Kirk, what happened in his injury, and also how he came back and he had a couple of huge blocks.
Yeah, I don't know what happened in his injury, but he got hit in the eye somehow, because he's got a beautiful shiner underneath his left eye. And then he came back, and he told me he was ready to go, and I put him back in, and he did a nice job.
Did he have some blood or something on his jersey? Because I noticed he switched his jersey.
Yeah, his eye was bleeding. Well, not his eye, but underneath his eye right there. He had a nice shiner with a little gash in it.
You mentioned the lack of a go-to guy, a go-to scorer. Do you see somebody developing into that down the road?
Probably not. Because a go-to scorer normally has like a lot of one-on-one ability, a lot of shooting ability. Like, you saw Eddie. I mean, he's their go-to guy. He's able to make really tough shots. We're having a hard time making open shots. We need to figure out a way to play better together. We've got to do it as a group. And guys who go one-on-one, they've got to be able to just create on their own. And we really don't have guys like that right now. Last year we had Shane Larkin and Durant Scott who could create on their own. So we don't have that right now.
Coach, were you able to explain the dancing metaphor to the team?
Yeah, we watched a Michael Jackson Thriller video, and I think they understand. I mean, and it's a great group of kids to work with, just with limited scoring ability. Why? Well, none of them were in our top 6 scorers, so you got to change your role, you got to change your mindset. If you look at it, we only have 4 perimeter players. 2 of them are brand new, freshmen. They're trying to learn. And Gary's hadn't played for really 2 seasons. That's 3 of your 4 guys who have the ball and are the decision makers, and the scorers on the perimeter who have to make threes and get assists. They've played 10 games together, and it's not enough. They need more experience.
Can you talk also about Tanya in the beginning of the year? He was also starting. Now he's coming off the bench. And I know I talked to some of the guys before the season started. They said in the offseason they seemed like the most improved player on the team.
Yeah.
Is that fizzled?
Well, I think if you watched him in practice and in our exhibition game and in our scrimmage, I was thinking at the time his development has been coming along very well. But when we got into games and things changed, the way people defend, and as you saw him today, he got the ball inside one time off an offensive rebound. He took his time, but he missed a shot. At the foul line, he took a jump shot, missed a shot. Well, that weighs heavily on your confidence. And right now, he's not as confident a player as we'd like him to be. And Donovan and James Kelly were scoring a little bit better than him. And as I said, we need some more scoring punch. So they moved into the starting lineup, but I thought he played pretty good today. He's just not scoring.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.